Decclan. This is the man that brought me here, the man that's giving me thousands of opportunities and a good friend. And you had a session with me.
I did.
What were you looking for in the session? First of all, how did you learn about QHHT?
It came to me, honestly. If I was to describe the circumstances that led to it, you might not believe me. But
I might.
You might. Most people didn't. But I think I was searching for something, and that was what came through. And I knew how I felt, and the way I found it, that it found me.
That's right.
So I let go after that. I got really excited about it. Obviously, we all looking for something to save us from something that we created, you know. And I suppose when it came, I got really excited, and I kind of started the doubts for a while. But I knew at the end of every road that I didn't know where to go. It always came back to me. I always knew I needed to head back to this. Because I was always searching for something that caught my interest in a particular way. I never liked to push myself into something that I didn't really have a desire for. But it was just effortless. This just sparked something that nothing else could have sparked. You know?
And so you wanted to have a session before you become a practitioner?
I did. I was on the QHHT website many times, just ready to press purchase, but you know, there's always that doubt.
Yeah.
I knew in finding QHHT, I might also find the answer to if I should pursue it. So to me, it was really remarkable, and it was important that I try to get a session before, and I didn't know how that would happen until...
How did your session go? Could you give us a brief summary of everything that happened? Well, first of all, what were you trying to find?
I hope this makes sense, but I was looking for what was trying to find me. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you expand on that thought?
We always try to think about what we want. A lot of times we do get it, and it's not what we want. But somehow life has a way of giving you that just so you know it's not what you want. So I never try to push my wants so much. There are things I do want very badly, but I was always restricting myself because I didn't want to just get it because I asked for it. I wanted it to be what I needed, something for me, you know. So I wasn't focused too much on my wants. I was more focused on what I needed to do, and I always believed that if there is a path for me to follow, I just needed to see the first piece of it, and I would follow the breadcrumbs.
That's right.
You know?
Find your path.
Find my path.
Okay, so how did your session go?
It was...
What happened in your session?
It was amazing. In foresight, it was amazing. At the time, I didn't know what to expect. I watched many of them online, but you can't know what someone's feeling in a video, or you know. But I suppose there were parts of it that I was kind of conscious, but still heard the voice coming through. And
you said that you could differentiate your conscious thoughts and what was coming
I
to you.
did. I suppose it's the way I analyze things, and in that position, I needed to make sense of it. And what I found was, while I was expecting the visions to come up like a big screen TV in front of me with my eyes closed, it more came like someone was just on the side handing me this. And the more I took it, the more they gave.
How would you describe that force?
I was in a place that I was very, I would say, sensitive. So I always try to put my feelings always give me a good feedback of what's happening. And at that point in time, I felt joy. I felt that something that was coming through could have been trusted, and I didn't feel any fear whatsoever, which was good.
That's the key.
Yeah, that's the key.
Yeah.
It confirmed on so many levels that this is as magical as they say.
Yeah.
We're only human. I should stop saying only human. We're human. You know, at the beginning, you gave me credit for the one that brought you here, but
that's right.
I can't take the, I can't take that credit.
Okay.
I am your friend, though, Carlos.
No.
We are friends, and this was meant to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
But I dare not take the credit for the one that moved all these pieces.
That's right. That's right.
So my session was. I honestly thought after hearing it that my head would have just popped, you know. But it spoke to something inside of me that, not sure if this makes sense, but it doesn't control the head. It's the hand.
Yeah.
You know, and that could swell as big as it wants, and that feels great. But this
gets in the way.
This gets in the way. But it started off with a past life of what seemed to be an extraterrestrial past life. Was a reptilian being. I was sitting on this rock at the end of the land, looking at this huge moon. It definitely wasn't planet. And later on I realized that the way the moon was and the way everything was set, there was no daytime on this planet. They had no sun.
Only nighttime.
Only nighttime. I had long, thin legs, webbed feet, long hands, 3 fingers. My skin was greenish, bluish, but looked like scales. So I knew that, like, you know, something like how you see a mermaid sitting down on the rock.
Yeah.
I was not a mermaid.
You're just a reptilian being.
Thank God I wasn't a mermaid. But and then I saw this ball in the water right in front of me, and it was just this ball pulsing, blue
of light
pulsing.
Yeah.
And I knew what to do. I went close to it. It kind of absorbed me. So like I changed form. I went into this ball, and then it just took me. And then we went on to another life. Then I noticed that I was in space, and I had a light body, and I could see the chakras, all the different colors lighting up. So I could see the energy portals within me. Whenever I wanted to go anywhere, I could vision it, and I would go there instantly, and this ball of energy would have been formed around me, and it would take me. So it took me to a place where I'm standing, white light behind me, and it's so bright. I could even think that I was the one giving off the light, but I wasn't. Yeah, I was here because of this light, and I was creating. I and about 6 other beings like me. We was creating, giving different color energies to this ball. And at first I thought it was a planet that we was creating, but it didn't have a solid form. And apparently this ball, what we was creating, I was in charge of it. I was in charge of, like, this is the work that I do. And apparently what I was doing was creating a ball of energy that would bring about a shift on it. That is
what some might consider the event.
What some might consider the event or the shift. Apparently I was the one who created that, or part of the creation of it. And it is, now I know without a doubt now that it's close. It's close.
And what does a shift or an event mean for planet Earth?
It means, the way I described it was Gaia at her best.
Gaia is?
Gaia is
our planet,
the soul of our planet. And apparently I have a very deep connection to her. So I came here for her. And a big part of me being here is to bring that shift. Like maybe I'm a beacon. What a shift means to Gaia is she blooms. That's how I describe it. Lights, love, green, clean. Everyone that's on this planet, some would leave right away when the shift comes, because they are already to that intensity.
A vibration.
But I said that some would stay and transform. So what it really is, it's a slow, but I wouldn't give it time. It's a process that will help us remember who we are, why we came here. So those that stay would get that training. So that's the shift that's coming on the planet.
And what about your subconscious part, the higher self part?
When the higher self came in, I did feel something different. What it did, it helped me to let go more. I think I was at a place where I was okay with what was happening, and I just let go. But what I do remember from the session is a huge release.
You had a big emotional release.
Apparently, while I was creating this shift, I saw myself with a a blue flame and a red flame, and it was spiraling inside of me. And somehow when I was creating the globe, it absorbed all the negative energy from me. According to Carlos, I started crying, and I hope he doesn't share that with you. But I remember it was really intense. But I instantly felt a huge release, and I think that is what I've always wanted. I always felt like I just wanted somebody to come into me and just take it all away, so I could start over, you know. And that's what happened.
And what questions did you get? Answers from your higher self that impacted you, or that will change the way you do things, or the way you are? What changed?
I've always seen things very differently. Most of my things, I've always felt very different from most people. I know from speaking to them, they don't think the way I do. They seem to only look at things on the surface. That was a big question. Why do I see this world this way? And apparently it's because I'm here to save it. I'm here to bring a certain light, and in order to see this world and help it, I need to see it differently than most people see it. Almost every question was answered. I think everyone was. And listening to the recording, it's, as I say, I pay attention, and if I was to put a character, if I was to create an individual in my mind to this voice and the intelligence of the answers, it would be good. It would be a big shining light.
Well, that's what our subconscious is supposed to be, just a spark of God within us.
It, right, you know, and it's really beautiful.
It is.
Beautiful. I remember saying, beautiful, powerful, and intense. Almost through my whole session, those words I used very often. Beautiful, powerful, and intense. And
how will your life change after this?
Oh, it changed since that day.
How do you feel now?
I feel free. I feel free, and honestly, I think the words that I might have used to describe myself before, I won't use them to describe myself again. So it's hard to tell you how I really feel. This is me. This is me. Without a doubt. So I'm very sensitive.
You opened up even more.
Yeah. So that with what I'm probably supposed to, why I'm here, it's starting to put the pieces together. So it's magical. It's magical.
How would you describe QHHT to someone that has no clue what it is?
Well, you know, apparently that's my job now. That's going to be my job very soon. So let's try this. How do we do this? How would I start? Carlos, my friend. If I was to ask you, who are you? How would you answer? Quickest thing that comes to your mind.
I would say my name. I would say I'm Carlos.
Okay, I'm Carlos. We could have gone on further, and what it all leads to is most people never answer the question that is asked by everyone every day, more than probably any other question. Who are you? And it scares me at some point. I'm not sure how you feel about it. And most people, even me sometimes, don't know who they are. They don't have an answer to this question.
And what would happen if we knew who we are?
I think that's why we're here. I honestly do think that's why we're here. But what I'm getting to is most people think they are what they have. In no way does what you have define who you are. In no way. We can agree on that. So there's still a big question here. Who are you? Where do you go to get these answers?
Within.
You know, meditation is one way. I believe that if we were more evolved on this planet, the first thing we would have evolved to is to master the mind. And I think the moment we master the mind, we realize that it's a door. And as soon as this door opens, it takes us to who we really are. It takes us to that power within us that we all feel during our life, but we don't really know how to access it or activate it. So what QHHT does, for those who haven't learned to master their mind as yet, or through meditation, QHHT is an invitation to your real self, the answer to everything you need to know. QHHT is a process that knocks on that door, and a little window opens up, and you get to ask the questions you want. And I guarantee you it's the questions that no one on this earth can answer. And I've learned that every physical symptom has a spiritual origin. That means, Carlos, that if you find out everything that's wrong with your body and you know the meanings for it, you could find out what you're doing wrong in your life. I mean, not to bash the education system, but I would ask a question. You went to church as a young child. Maybe not you.
No, me.
Most people do in my country. You know, you you go to school and you learn about Jesus, so you learn about God and you learn about religion. But we also learn ABC, 1, 2, 3. But as an adult, you learned 1 times 3. You learn X plus Y. You learn words that you could have never spelled before. Why did that part of us evolve? But religion and spirituality stays as baby Jesus in a manger.
Yeah.
I would love to tell you that you don't need to go that extreme anymore. You just need to call Carlos and book a QHHT session immediately.
And with you in the future, you'll
And with
become
me
a
in the
practitioner.
future, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to say? To say to the world?
The world. You know, sometimes it's a metaphor. I hope you understand it. Most people sleep with 2 pillows at night, and the pillow below, the cover on it is a lot softer than the one that's against our face. You understand what I mean?
No.
Okay.
Expand.
It's not as comfortable as the one below, but we made up our bed. So in life there is a better way, and it's right there in front of us. But somehow we are the reasons why we sleep on the wrong pillow. It's a choice we make, and that choice comes from not knowing the truth, not knowing more about why we are here, what we are here to do. And the moment I found out why we are here, what we are here to do, I had to stop saying we're just human, because now I know that
Much more.
we're so much more than that.